Hello guys, I'm Architect Oliver and welcome to my channel. Today I prepared the continuation of a sample question for structural conceptualization, episode 2. I hope this question can help you for your preparation of architect licensure examination. But before we start guys, if you are new to my channel, kindly subscribe so that you will become notified to the video that I will post. Okay, so let's start. Number 11. In spirally reinforced or tide reinforced compression members, clear distance between longitudinal bars shall not be less than A. 1.5 dB, B. 2.5 dB, C. 2 dB, D. 3 dB. Answer? A. 1.5 dB. Number 12. A complete record of tests of materials and of concrete shall be available for inspection during the progress of work and blank years after completion of the project, and shall be preserved by the inspecting engineer or architect for that purpose. A. 1 year, B. 3 years, C. 2 years, D. 5 years. Answer? C. 2 years. To complete the sentence, a complete record of tests of materials and of concrete shall be available for inspection during the progress of work and 2 years after completion of the project, and shall be preserved by the inspecting engineer or architect for that purpose. Next. Concrete field-driven piles of uniform section shall have a nominal outside diameter of not less than, again, concrete field-driven piles of uniform section shall have a nominal outside diameter of not less than A. 150 mm, B. 250 mm, C. 200 mm, D. 300 mm. Answer? C. 200 mm. 14. Cast-in-place board piles should have a specific compressive strength of not less than blank. A. 17 megapascal, B. 20 megapascal, C. 17.5 megapascal, D. 20.7 megapascal. Answer? C. 17.5 megapascal. 15. Secondary effect of column axial loads and deflection of the moment in members. Again, secondary effect of column axial loads and deflection on the moment in members. A. P delta analysis, B. P delta effect, C. Shear, D. Strain. Answer? B. P delta effect. 16. A story whose strength is less than 80% of the strength of the story above is considered as blank. Again, a story whose strength is less than 80% of the strength of the story above is considered as A. Weak story, B. Soft story, C. Fail story, D. I don't know. Answer? B. A. Weak story. 17. What is the weight of 1 cubic meter of steel? Again, what is the weight of 1 cubic meter of steel? A. 7,580 kilogram per cubic meter. B. 7,850 kilogram per cubic meter. C. 10,000 kilogram per cubic meter. D. 8,750 kilogram per cubic meter. Answer? B. 7,850 kilogram per cubic meter. 18. It is the perpendicular distance spanning member deviates from a true course under transverse loading, increasing with load and span and decreasing with an increase in the moment of inertia of the second or the modulus of elasticity of the material. Again, it is the perpendicular distance spanning member deviates from a true course under transverse loading, increasing with load and span and decreasing with an increase in the moment of inertia of the section or the modulus of elasticity of the material. A. Bending moment. B. Moment of inertia. C. Resisting moment. D. Deflection. Answer? D. Deflection. 19. It is designed and constructed to resist the lateral displacement of soil or other materials. Again, it is designed and constructed to resist the lateral displacement of soil or other materials. A. Shear wall. B. Grade beam. C. Retaining wall. D. Load-bearing wall. Answer? C. Retaining wall. 20. ASTM stands for A. American Standard for Testing Materials. B. American Society for Testing Materials. C. American Society for Testing and Materials. D. American Standard for Testing and Materials. Answer? C. American Society for Testing and Materials. 21. It is the curvature fabricated into a beam or truss to compensate for deflection induced by joist. Again, it is the curvature fabricated into a beam or truss to compensate for deflection induced by joist. A. Chord member. B. Buckling strength. C. Camber. D. Stress. Answer? C. Camber. 22. As per NSCP, in cast-in-place concrete, what is the minimum concrete cover if the beam with primary reinforcement is not exposed to weather? Again, as per NSCP, in cast-in-place concrete, what is the minimum concrete cover if the beam with primary reinforcement is not exposed to weather? A. 20 mm. B. 40 mm. C. 30 mm. D. 50 mm. Answer? B. 40 mm. 23. Also called working stress design. Again, also called working stress design. A. Strength design. B. Allowable stress design. C. Load and resistance factor design. D. Factored load. Answer? B. Allowable stress design. 24. A horizontal or nearly horizontal systems acting to transmit lateral forces to the vertical resisting element. Again, a horizontal or nearly horizontal systems acting to transmit lateral forces to the vertical resisting elements. A. Diagonal bracing. B. Diaphragm. C. Eccentric brace frame. D. Rigid framing. Answer? B. Diaphragm. 25. What is the minimum numbers of longitudinal bars for circular column? Again, what is the minimum numbers of longitudinal bars for circular column? A. 4. B. 5. C. 6. D. 7. Answer? C. 6. 26. According to the code NSCP, column ties spacing shall not be more than. Again, according to the code NSCP, column ties spacing shall not be more than A. 16 times the diameter of longitudinal bars. B. 48 times the diameter of the ties. C. Both A and B. D. None of the choices. Answer? C. Both A and B. According to the code NSCP, column ties spacing shall not be more than 1. 16 times the diameter of longitudinal bars and 48 times the diameter of the ties. Next, 27. According to the code NSCP, fire stations, police stations, aviation control tower is under what category of occupancy? A. Category 1. B. Category 3. C. Category 2. D. Category 4. Answer? A. Category 1. 28. According to the code NSCP, how long is added as the extension for standard hooks for primary reinforcement having a 90 degrees bend? Again, according to the code NSCP, how long is to added as the extension for standard hooks for primary reinforcement having a 90 degrees bend? A. 8 times bar diameter. B. 12 times bar diameter. C. 10 times bar diameter. D. 16 times bar diameter. Answer? B. 12 times bar diameter. 29. As per code NSCP, what is the designation of epoxy-coated reinforcing steel bars? Again, as per code NSCP, what is the designation of epoxy-coated reinforcing steel bars? A. ASTM A184. B. ASTM A775M. C. ASTM A496. D. ASTM A934M. Answer? B. ASTM A775M. Next, as per code NSCP, what is the designation of fabricated deformed steel bars? Again, as per code NSCP, what is the designation of fabricated deformed steel bars? A. ASTM A184. B. ASTM A775M. C. ASTM A496. D. ASTM A934M. Answer? A. ASTM A184. Next, as per code NSCP, conduit and pipe embedded in concrete shall not displace more than blank percent of the area of cross-section when embedded within column. A. 2%. B. 4%. C. 6%. D. 8%. Answer? B. 4%. To complete the sentence, as per code NSCP, conduits and pipes embedded in concrete shall not displace more than 4% of the area of cross-section when embedded within column. Next, as per code NSCP, what is the minimum concrete cover for reinforcement when concrete permanently exposed to earth? A. 50 mm. B. 60 mm. C. 75 mm. D. 100 mm. Answer? C. 75 mm. 32. This is the enclosed by a continuous foundation wall or piers provided space under a first floor for the integration of an access to mechanical, electrical, and plumbing installation. Again, this is the enclosed by a continuous foundation wall or piers provide space under a first floor for the integration of and access to mechanical, electrical, and plumbing installation. A. Basement. B. Crawl space. C. Substructure. D. Loft. Answer? B. Crawl space. 33. As per the NSCP, cement shall conform to ASTM. Which of the following below is ASTM C150? A. Specification for the Portland cement. B. Specification for concrete aggregates. C. Specification for blended hydraulic cement. D. None of the choices. Answer? A. Specification for the Portland cement. 34. What is the time required for the removal of bottom of forms of beam and girders not more than 14 feet or 4.27 meter in span? A. 7 days. B. 10 days. C. 14 days. D. 28 days. Answer? C. 14 days. 35. What is the time required for the removal of side of forms of beam and girders not more than 14 feet or 4.27 meter in span? A. 2 days. B. 3 days. C. 5 days. D. 7 days. Answer? B. 3 days. 36. The secondary effect on shears and moment of frame members induced by the vertical loading acting on the lateral displacement building frame. Again, the secondary effect on shears and moments of frame members induced by the vertical load acting on the lateral displaced building frame. A. Orthogonal effect. B. Diaphragm effect. C. P delta effect. D. Moment resisting effect. Answer? C. P delta effect. 37. The stress wherein the deformation increases without any increase in the load. The material at some portion show a decrease in its cross section. Again, the stress wherein the deformation increases without any increase in the load. The material at some portion shows a decrease in its cross section. A. Proportional limit. B. Yield point. C. Elastic limit. D. Ultimate strength. Answer? B. Yield point. 38. The gradual permanent deformation of a body produced by a continuous application of stress or prolonged exposure to the heat. Blank deflection in a concrete structure continues over time and can be significantly greater than the initial elastic deflection. Again, the gradual permanent deformation of a body produced by a continued application of stress or prolonged exposure to heat. Blank deflection in a concrete structure continues over time and can be significantly greater than the initial elastic deflection. A. Fatigue. B. Permanent set. C. Creep. D. Elongation. Answer? C. Creep. 39. This is methods of proportioning structural members such that the computed forces produced in the elements by the factored load combination do not exceed the factored element strength. Again, This is method of proportioning structural elements such that the computed forces produced in the elements by the factored load combination do not exceed the factored element strength. A. Strength design method. B. Allowable stress design method. C. Load and resistance factor design method. D. Factored load method. Answer? A. Strength design method. Okay guys, we just finished the video, the slide. I hope that it helpful sa pagre-review nyo. And kindly continue watching my video. For sure, makakatulong yan sa pagre-review nyo. And once again, thank you and God bless.